Hello, fellow faithful. It is Bulldog here. I am joined once again by Chris, who unfortunately abandoned me yesterday. So,
That's why they call me Dad.
but we picked up the fat win yesterday.
I
We,
missed a
we
banger.
won and looked really good while doing it. That's not something we've done in quite a while. We're drawing out the Callista ban, which has randomly gotten a ton of high priority lately. Like this week, it suddenly did. The meta is like super, like weirdly evolving like that.
I'm. Well, they won on Callista, which is probably why it's banned. The only reason I can think it would be okay is it's just so strong in the lane. Maybe you can just kill Varus and Ezreal over and over again.
Maybe.
But I'm probably a little behind you. I probably didn't start in time. What's the
There's
most
10
recent ban?
seconds right now. 9, 8, 7.
Yeah, and what's banned?
Everything.
Okay.
The first pick just came in, which is Lee Sin, which is a pretty typical first pick. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Ezreal or something like that. Prioritizing our bot lane first here,
Yeah.
if we
What?
keep it up. Or the Galio, because the Galio went so well, it's also a great flex pick. It can be support or mid lane. I would like the Ezreal here. Just because
Yeah.
Ezreal be good.
Ezreal or Varus, yeah. I mean, they're just.
Or Tristana. Weird.
Okay, I'm like 2 seconds behind you.
Yeah, you might be a little more than that.
Okay. 16, 15, 14.
9, 8, 7.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay,
So
we've done it.
yeah, the Xin Zhao, which is becoming more popular. It's weird that neither Rumble or Udyr has been picked yet. The Akali, that's not surprising. You played the Akali Galio matchup just the other day, and it was like no fun.
Well, it's just so hard to go in because Galio just clicks W and then you die. I mean, Set was a bigger problem in that game, but that was
Yeah,
just because
but
he was
that
so strong. They
that
just
that was
auto
Assassin
me
set.
once. Yeah, the lane is fine for Akali. Like you can't do much. Like he can't do anything, but
The
you have to
cat's
play
giving me out
slow
a
and
shit
fight.
ton if I don't open the door here.
I'm kind of confused why they
Get your kitty
like.
ass out of here. Go. Zoe.
Like e EG picked like super
And the
straight.
run back of the Vi.
Yeah,
It worked
I mean,
really
it
well
worked last
yesterday.
time, so run it back. Pick a bunch of straightforward engage. I get it.
Yeah. You press
I'm
R on Vi, and then, like, once she makes contact, you press R on Galio, and there's, like, not a whole lot you can do to get out of it.
EG's draft is super bizarre. Like
Yeah.
they're not retaining any flexibility. Like Lee Sin is a good first pick because it can play 3 roles. And then they just are like, no, it's only playing this one role. Like I guess it could go mid and you can send a Kali top, but that doesn't seem
Yeah.
great.
And CLG just playing a bunch of, like, tankier champions into Lee Sin, Xin Zhao, and Akali is, like, really good because those are burst damage champions.
Yeah, I do think Galio is good into Akali, like just in the general scope of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe the lane can be okay for Akali.
And it's useful, like, Galio's useful no matter how much gold is on him. I would think you
Yeah,
would want to ban out another AD carry like the Kaisa
yeah.
here.
Varus, or if you want to ban a support, like I guess you
Varus.
could ban
I probably
Kaisa
wouldn't.
because it's good with Xin Zhao and Lee Sin,
Yeah,
and
I
Varus
probably
would kind of
wouldn't
be on an
ban.
island.
I wouldn't ban the Varus because I would want them to pick it
Yeah,
because
but
he's so immobile. Like
Yeah,
you want them to pick Varys Tom Kench. That's what you're trying to get them to do because Vi Galio destroys Varys Tom Kench. What the heck is happening? Is there a pause?
I don't know.
What the heck? I've never seen like a pause in pick ban. They like remaking it?
Sometimes people like I don't know, pick wrong or do something weird, run out of time.
That
But
occasionally
I doubt that's what
happens.
happened.
Technical delay on the stage. Well,
Good.
let's see. I'm gonna hover forward. Alright, it gets fixed. We can jump forward. Can we? We can just kind of jump forward to, like, live. We should be in sync, and we get the last two picks. And CLG basically running it back with the Rakan. So I'm all the way, like, I'm live now.
Did they I didn't see if they fourth picked or con
Uh,
and then last pick.
no, but it was Kled fourth pick, last pick Rakan.
Interesting.
When that engage comes in, you time the ultimate right, the feathers come out, you are kiting back, Rel is there with the counter engage.
The Zaya is a good pick there.
I think it's okay. I think Kaisa is better though, especially with Rel. Like Kaisa just goes in, and their whole team goes in. Zaya is the only champion that wants to like kite back.
Yeah,
Zaya can go forward, but she feels way better if you're kiting backwards. In my
Zaya
humble
negates
opinion.
the go buttons from CLG, like the Vi.
Kind of, but if you blow Featherstorm early, you still just die. Like, they have so much. Kled's going in, Rakan's going in, Vi's going in, Galio's going over the top, Tristana can even go in. Like, Zaya can immune one thing, but she still does die. I mean, Kaisa would have been the target, but Kaisa wouldn't, like, ever have to show her face and just, like,
But
assassinate people. I think Kaisa would have been a better
yeah.
pick.
Like they're if you don't want to like just get blown up, the Zaya, like Kaisa is the harder to execute pick out of those two because you have once Vi presses R on you, you got nothing going for you. Ooh, and I just realized how well the Kled synergizes with just the run at them and show no mercy.
Wait, that's Kled the champion.
Yeah, that's the entire comp.
You got Tom Kent, you're safe from engage, but guess what? They were re-engaging like 4 times. If I would ult, Tom Kent would eat him, but then over top comes Rakan, over top comes Galio, and there just wasn't enough safety there. So, you know, CLG is just.
But I do really like the Galio on Po Belter, and apparently, according to CLG's GM, the Academy team was consistently beating the main team with Vi Galio. And they never
I don't
beat
know
the
if
main
that's a.
They
I don't know if
never
that's a
beat the
good
main
sign.
team. They were like, "Oh, this might just be like secretly OP."
The exhaust, I think, is critical for him too.
This could be scary.
Turtle goes sweeper at level 1? Interesting.
Which I think is so high value when you have these kind of melee versus melee style teams, right?
I feel like Rakan and Trist should win the push at level 1, but they're kind of conceding it. I guess Rakan's not. He's a super weird range champion. He's like Thresh, but does less damage.
He's what, 375, 400 range?
Seems right.
Because Urgot's 325, which is really weird.
You'll also see a lot of Kled players play really aggressively as they're approaching level 2 because they want to fight before there is the chance of actually getting
Yeah.
down. You want to fight at
Getting the fighting, getting the dismount, like, and then getting level 2. You wait to put the you wait to put the point in W until you fight the other person, and then you level it up, and they like insta die.
When you get all your courage back.
Yeah.
got it.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
You lose it.
oh
You
wait,
lose it back.
that was sick.
Oh, he predicted the flash and he missed the Q because of it.
Did it, and Finn! No!
Wait,
He throws
that was
away the first
insane.
blood.
Ah, that hurts so much. Kled is such a snowball champion.
It looked like he flashed in place, but he like dodged the Q.
He just didn't flash. Finn predicted the flash and Impact just didn't flash. It was a 200 IQ play by being 0 IQ.
Oh no, he's gonna be slowed.
I want to see the replay because I don't understand how that Q missed, but
Because Finn flashed past Impact. And then he rolled past, like it launches you backwards.
oh, weird.
Your game is
Wow.
Really weird.
That's so unfortunate.
Okay.
Like, if he didn't flash, he just wins. Because if he just hits Q there,
Oh, yeah, it's the flash forward.
if
That's
he just
for
doesn't
sure what he was
flash,
doing.
Impact dies. So Impact
I mean,
had
it
to
was-
either be conceding to death or predicting that Finn would flash at the start of the animation and not just take the kill. That's so weird.
I'm surprised Finn did that. Like, it would have looked sick if it would have worked, but it seemed
There was no reason
very-
for Impact not to flash.
yeah. But,
The only reason for
Finn-
Impact not to flash there
but
was
Finn
if he
would have
was
won
predicting the flash.
that. The only way Finn loses that situation is flashing and the other person not flashing. Like, if he flashes and he doesn't get the kill, he's still up the flash.
Yeah. Is Pobelter? No, he's not quite gonna kill him, but
Yep, sent running there. See how much this farm impact can get. He's got about a full wave to grab.
oh, that's a bad turret shot. Wow.
Oh,
He gets it.
Gaming.
Holy
Wait, and
shit.
Akali's at 0
Wait,
HP.
Akali's super low. Wait.
Akali's also dead.
Here comes Galio. Does he have the taunt? Does he have the taunt? He's gonna
Oh, he hits it? He gets the knockup, the
Oh
Q?
my
Holy
God.
shit.
When it goes from game lost to a chance.
The Finn losing the fight that he should have won, but winning the fight he should have lost. Truly
Yeah.
counter logic.
Quick analysis, Impact looks horrendously uncomfortable on Lee Sin. He looks like he does not know this matchup at all.
Quick analysis? What the fuck?
Like,
Does actually land that shot. You think he's going in for
Like,
sure, but the Q
he
there, and
did not know that matchup at all.
damage wasn't there.
Which, I mean, I guess Kled isn't probably a super popular matchup, but yeah, Jizuke dies and uses his flash. Jizuke teleporting in there at 1 HP is fucking slow, by the way. Would we expect anything less from Jizuke, baby?
No.
Solo kill, but it's in top lane.
Yeah.
But when he teleported, Finn had no health.
Yeah, it looked like it was doomed, but in theory, him teleporting there is just straight inting. Like,
Yeah.
if Finn wins, he's at enough HP that you die. He's still down 400 gold. Oh no. No, he's gonna catch this fat wave. He'll be
Yeah,
down like
that'll be like
100, 200.
Yeah,
Right?
200.
It was a lot worse. He got a kill back, and now you have some hope, right?
As long as you don't get Dove here. Getting
And
Dove
they
here
got
would be
Dragon out of it.
absolute travesty. Oh, they did. That didn't even
Yeah.
like show.
Especially if you get poked down. So
Yeah, they
Okay,
showed
Rise
it. They
had
showed
stuff.
Broxy
Alright.
taking it for like 2 seconds.
Oh, nice.
Finn is level 6 as well, but of course your ultimate is more about the utility and less about the combat. You do get the miniature shield when you ult in. You can try to use that to actually interrupt certain animations. and
Roxas
things
should
like
be
that.
very, very scared.
You get a lot more out of the combat.
Yeah, he is being very, very scared, which is the right move.
Sven hop? No, no way Sven goes in there. Could be
He might.
insane.
No, Galio has 6. There's no reason to go in there.
Is if you- oh,
Wow.
you gotta get out of there. I mean, if you call up your jungler now, like if Impact is
Danny had to
it is
insta
a
flash
really
there.
easy lane gank for a jungler.
Yeah, he wasn't 6.
You know, Vi doesn't need to do
Well,
And there was
yeah.
no help coming. Like
Well, you shouldn't
the
have been
moment
standing
Po
there.
Belter said, "I see Zin," they went for it.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be standing there. Is losing your flesh there is super, super, super bad against this Giga
Yeah.
Dive comp for basically nothing. Like you're not even getting extra CS by standing there.
Alrighty, Finn gets to kill a control ward. Top lane is putting to the lane, just killing the
Down
control ward,
10.
like, I got an extra minion worth of
It's
farm.
fine.
You spent
Yeah.
75 on that. Like, this is
He was
Yeah.
down like
now it's got from you, buddy.
18
And you're like,
when
my
he
jungler,
got
could you come back top lane?
his
You don't know
kill. So
anymore.
Oh, yeah, I thought he was like I thought the game was like lost when he died.
I know.
yeah,
I killed
At
his
level,
ward.
like, 2.
I got an
There's
arrow
no
fight.
vision.
I don't like sending. I guess you have the bot lane shoving
Yeah.
here, so sending Trist up.
No TP, I'm gonna question mark.
I think
Trist-
sending Trist up to push the mid wave is the right move.
Yeah. Triss can crash mid.
Oh, they're going hard,
Oh, yeah, this is a
and
good
they just
fight.
kill Sven Skirin.
Yeah, no, that's a good fight.
Yeah.
They wandered up without any way to commit.
Glad.
Did Kled ult for that? Nice.
Yeah.
We love Kled.
They find the engage there. EG shows up to scrap, but they weren't all together. So CLG is just gonna hit the go button immediately.
Yeah,
my
that's kind of how
gosh.
that matchup looks for Akali. I also don't like Conqueror. I think you should take Fleet in a matchup that's that terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
I-
idea is to like you're
You'll
not
stack
gonna win a
Conqueror on.
yeah, you're not gonna win a short term exchange with Galio. You have to just kind of drain tank him.
Well, yeah, but you're never gonna like all in him to make use of Conqueror, in my opinion. I think Fleet just helps you like survive the lane, but maybe it doesn't. I feel like you get enough sustain out of it though, but I probably take it too much on Akali.
Probably. Pobolter looks really comfortable in Galio.
This game is starting to get really dangerous for EG.
Especially when the enemy counterpicks himself into it.
Yeah. No. See, I love when players do this. Like, if they're not super comfortable in the meta, when they get super comfortable on like the counter to the meta, I love that.
In range, Trist booming.
That's just a bunch of gold onto that Tristana. It's a kill and a half. That he
No,
just
she only
got.
she only gets 60 gold, or excuse me, 160, because half the gold goes to jungler.
Oh, okay. Okay, so she gets about a kill because it's a 320 because she took the first plate solo.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, of course. I wasn't counting that, but that's probably pretty true.
Yeah. It's weird that there's no like way to track like who got tower plates in game. Like when you're playing the game, there's no real good way to track it, so you can't really know if somebody has like fucking 800 gold from tower plates, and it's just like you can obviously look at items and whatnot, the gold amounts, but
They have mid lanes winning as well. We have seen the beneficial trade showcase many.
But we're doing a good job of just controlling the map.
Well, they're getting both dragons and first Rift Herald is not particularly common.
Yeah.
Or at least it shouldn't be.
And it has just an easier job to execute on in the team fights. CLG also got 2 very early dragons, right? We're 11:40 in there at 2 dragons.
People
Oh,
are claiming that like CLG is just playing Bronze Zodiac comps, but you know what? If Bronze Zodiac works, you play Bronze Zodiac. Play what will win you games.
I mean, if teams can't beat you playing it, is it really wrong?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's because NA is bad. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna look good because CLG have gold in the right places. They'll be the first to mythic down in bot lane. Almost certainly, if Turtle can find the right recall timing, get the second most gold in the game. Poulter has the most gold in the game, so
I mean, the game is so much about fighting over early objectives because they're just absurdly strong. Like first Rift Herald and Dragon Soul is just insanely overpowered.
And
So like having a million go buttons and just fighting people at every
it's
available
Infernal
opportunity
Soul.
is a good strat. I mean, every soul matters. Like Cloud Soul is the least impactful and
Yeah,
it's still busted.
it's still good, but it's more team comp dependent on whether it's like good.
What are you gonna be able to
It's
It can
always
be
good.
so much CP.
pretty
It
unimpactful
smooths
for
things
some
so
team
easy
comps,
when you up, when you're in the shroud,
but
getting haunted out of the shroud.
and
when
it
you're
can be
haunted in the shroud,
super
you
impactful
really
on
lose
others.
attack and you reveal and you just die, right? So it's so difficult. You've got to use stasis incredibly well. You've got to use the
I
shroud
think there's a lot of
something
champions on this
dodge
game
at
it's
the same
bad
time.
on.
You can do it. You can definitely make it work, but it is a very, very
Like
difficult
Lee Sin,
job
kind of,
to
I
actually get
guess.
into the
It's
backline
like the
because
only
you've
champion
got
where it's not
exactly one target as the
Yeah.
opponent
like
here. You can go full out
busted
turtle,
on.
and that's pretty much
Vi,
all
it's
you're
not that useful on,
looking for in a 5v5.
Pretty good.
and not really on Rakan either. Just because you have a ton of mobility already.
Turtle maybe he shared 2 plates with the Rift Herald from Broxa. Every other shred of gold from that turret, all
Turtle
went
doing
Oh,
the
to
cool
Ryan
thing.
Turtle. They have won bot
1500
lane
gold
by
lead on
so much
Trisk,
down here.
Pog.
And we know
Without a
the
kill,
Shen
that's
last
so
game, but you guys
gross.
look at top lane. Mid lane is
Yeah,
looking
first
top
Rift
lane,
Herald's balanced.
and they just straight up smashed the 2-on-2 by over 1,300 gold.
Yeah, I mean he's 15.
Kraken Proto.
Yeah, I love how it's
There's
called Rocket
so-
Belt now, but everyone still just calls it Proto Belt.
I mean, they didn't change anything about the item.
They gave it bigger numbers.
Moving up towards this top side, though.
Kind of.
The Herald,
They gave it a mythic passive, I guess.
soon, but still got some time.
Yeah, and it gives more health and AP and cooldown reduction now.
Have Smoothie up here also. See if we can get into jungle, find anyone.
And it costs more gold.
Jungler to actually look for.
Good use of the buddy system to go clear wards.
They've done it. 2 people walked in to get vision instead of 1.
Pog.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Oh, more. Oh, there's no plates left. Unlucky.
Yeah.
They're 40 seconds slow for more delicious Tristana plates.
Yeah, but they're getting they're in position to get ripped here.
Why is everyone just going so hard to like Kraken Zaya? I really don't like Kraken on Zaya that much.
I like it this game because
You have people you need to kill, I guess, a little
Yeah.
bit, but
the
yeah,
Vi is going to be fairly tanky.
I
And
feel like Gale gives you a ton of extra like
it
self
just gives
initiative.
you, yeah, it
and
gives you a ton of
safety.
utility.
I feel like it's so good on Zaya. Zaya already does just an absurd amount of damage.
Yeah, that's not good for Finn that he missed the Q.
Probably fine.
Really gets some good damage here. Not even yoinked back and leaves Finn at just 1 bit of health, which means now if the fight starts again, you can get both halves.
I love Kled on the fountain. I always think that's so funny how he's like impossible to fountain dive because he immediately remounts.
I've never tried it before.
Finn is actually going to be able to fight this out with all
I don't know what
the
made me,
self-heal
I mean,
that Lee Sin
Kled
has,
being
if
in
you
the
don't
game made me
actually
think
lay
of it,
down Q,
but
and it's so much your
Yeah.
damage plus.
Kled's just a wacky
Healing there.
wacky
Gotta pile it
champion.
in, and then as soon as the second Q does land, not allowing Finn to actually tether that as he dismounts to try to look for a remount.
Whoever designed
He
him,
has the pressure, will take that little bit of
the concept, they play FPS games, and they like to hold the W key, and that was the entire concept of Kled. Let's make a champion that's the equivalent of holding the W key in an FPS game.
The observers are highlighting there are these ones in the river, but there's no sort of like deep.
We don't have
flank
like
you could look
great
for.
vision control
Smoothie is
here. We
sneaking
have
around, though.
teleport
They're
from
gonna go for this
Finn.
fight here. Will Finn
Smoothie's
take
getting
it?
pretty good flank. Pobelter's in position to ulti.
Weird that
But
they're
we're-
so slow to this. What?
Weird
Hmm.
teleport from Finn, in my opinion.
That
Yeah,
was so late to fight. Rakan didn't participate in the fight at all.
that just was not good. I don't think. Like,
They committed so late.
Yeah.
Like Kled shouldn't have
We got
gone
the
top.
tower, top lane.
I don't feel like if
But
you wanted to fight that, Kled shouldn't have gone top at all.
yeah, they got greedy. They could have traded, and my video quality dropped a ton. Like at the start of that fight, which feels bad. I'm watching at like 480p.
Lucky.
Yeah.
So we can watch this.
Like,
Look at Smoothie right here on your minimap.
I like
He was
dies.
actually
But yeah,
instantly.
Smoothie's so far away, and
look at when
he's
he arrives,
so
right? The
integral.
fight is over.
Oh, and he
Multiple
missed the
already dead,
flash.
and actually a fail flash into the wall there to add
I don't
insult
think
to
that
injury,
changed
so
anything.
just really poor execution on this one from Smoothie. EG
Yeah, that was.
I don't
that was
think it
just
was
rough.
this pink ward that's actually still there.
Necessarily
This
Smoothie.
ward,
They
they've actually
they wanted him to
spent
go for that
thousands
flank,
of
and then they
dollars
just
now
were like
below
Yeah.
late
that.
on everything.
It wasn't. They weren't synced up. They were off by a couple of seconds, which
Well,
happened.
Finn wanted to push top lane too badly. Like
Well,
Finn wouldn't just leave.
They did something.
I think that's
They did
100%
something
on
similar
top laner.
yesterday, and they got like 2 towers and the dragon out of it. So at the minimum, like you take the tower trade.
Well,
Like
if
you
they
just
wanted
trade the
to-
tower for the dragon, and
If they wanted to trade 2 towers top lane for dragon, that's fine.
yeah,
But they clearly wanted to fight over it. But like Finn was unwilling to go early enough.
yeah. He wasn't willing to go when Smoothie was in position for the flank.
Well, I think like they just should have. He should have left. I don't even think he should have gone top lane if they wanted to contest the dragon. Like he backed with like 20 seconds before dragon spawned. I wonder when Kled actually like hard wins that matchup to the point where Lee Sin can't walk up.
I don't know.
'Cause
I don't,
there certainly will be a point.
yeah, I just don't know enough about Kled in general. Like, he's obviously gonna go like Gore Drinker, or Stride Breaker. One of those makes sense for him. But then does he go like Bork after that?
I think Steric Skades probably makes the most sense, right? I mean, that item's just insane for
Yeah,
when you build like those health items.
It does look like it's gonna be Sterix because he has the Ruby Crystal.
So he hit the Q, and he's trying to ult in to actually keep the tether, knowing that Impact will jump back, because that is the trade pattern that Impact has been going for every single time. He's been going forward, the tether comes out, he jumps back, then he re-engages, but in goes CLG!
In hard engage over the top, and he's in damage, but Ignar
Wait.
stays alive, and Svenskeren walks right back in.
That
And the
was
sun gets
I
broken
don't
for some damage.
I didn't really
Ignar
like that
top
because
level
you
both
didn't
cannot kill
you
him.
didn't have
Finn
Pobelter in a
versus
spot where
Dismount
he
now still
could
in the fight against
like
the Akali.
Oh.
Flash
ulti
is
in.
there too. Galio, sidestep.
That was
Finn
huge,
could
and
not have
that's gonna
won that one.
when the
Oh,
fight
Turtle
potentially
got
the-
kicked.
Yeah,
Turtle
the
got
kick was
Look
sick
for
though.
Danny. Danny's got damage in. Jizuka's staying alive. He gets
Holy
one.
shit.
Looking for two, can't find the shot.
That's
What a
unfortunate.
close battle.
It is a
Actually,
2-for-2.
overall.
Really
Damn,
weird
that was
fight.
Crazy. Finn with the sidestep, plus the
Wow.
magic damage shield, the passive
That was just
from the
crazy.
Galio coming through, keeping
I
the
didn't
fight
like
alive.
the starting up of that
Danny
fight without
gets
like
up on top
Pobelter
of
being within
Turtle, and
TP
Turtle
range.
just gets absolutely roasted. So here it is one more time. The initial engage. TP's coming through here. Brock's kiting back. You can see that Pobelter is getting pushed back by Danny. Getting
Oh
all
my
that damage out.
gosh.
Danny positioning
Xin
very,
Zhao's
very
such
well
a
here.
cool
But then on this
champion.
top side, watch
Oh, he
Finn
just lives
flashes the
forever.
R2,
Yeah.
Then the magic damage
That's a
shield
good
keeps him
Q
alive,
touch,
sidesteps the
Jesus.
Q. Turtle jumps in here for impact, but gets kicked back straight
Yeah,
into
that's
Danny. He would've
that
been
kick from Impact
immediately to try to get out of there. He did have
It's the
Made
only
it-
reason the fight wasn't a slaughter.
Yeah.
have the rocket
turned
jump.
it from
Could've used a buster shot,
slaughter to
had
even.
react quicker, but that was really nice
Turtle
from Impact,
probably
putting in the
should have
waiting arms of
been
Danny, and Danny
conscious
just had
of that.
great positioning, and you can see the
Of just
payoff.
getting
I mean,
kicked
look at
back
how much
into the
damage he got
team.
done. As CLG
Yeah,
can
but
pile into him,
He should have
pulling
either
back into the
jumped
corridor,
more to the
which is
side or
so hard to
flashed.
keep that chase forward when you're playing a melee champion and you're running
Yeah, he
fast
could have
side
like
defense,
flashed
you know
immediately after
you're
being
gonna get
kicked.
roasted, and Danny
Like as soon as it
really
wears
playing
off,
that
because
one
it's only
well.
like
EG trying to set up the
0.75
second
seconds.
here.
It stuns you on the land though, and Zaya was autoing him like immediately. He would have had to flash, like jump and then flash like angled so he doesn't get kicked into the team.
CLG has about 20 seconds, like, before they really want to fight, because that's when Pobelter's ulti is up. Probably don't want to fight without that, because it's one of your, it's your
Pretty good.
secondary engage tool that you really like to have. So stalling
Yeah,
it
they
out
can-
until then would be
can
the
go
best
now.
move. Yeah.
They'll have it in like 5 seconds.
Well, you want to be able to use it in combination with the Vi ult. That's the dream of it. Because then someone just gets knocked. Oh, that's such a fat knock-up from the Galio ult that should just flat out win the fight.
Turtle
Okay,
going
he
a
had
little
ulti.
hard, but
He went a little hard, but he had ulti. He knew the Akali was
Jesus.
there. Yeah.
that was scary. Jumping over a wall into an Akali
He-
was really scary.
I
Did he
think
kill
also...
Xin? Did he kill Xin Sao there? Was it who he jumped over for?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
And Akali didn't have ult. He saw Akali
Yeah.
use it in the fight, so...
Killing Xin Sao is important. Killing anyone else isn't important because anyone else they still have to concede Baron. But if he was jumping over for like Rel,
Yeah.
He
No,
really
Rel got
risky.
fucking deleted. She
I mean,
was
that's
the
the-
person Broxa pressed R on.
that's the problem with Rel. Like as a champion, there's so much damage when she goes to engage. If she doesn't catch everyone, she just explodes.
Getting into the back line onto him, pulling him back with the rope. He's just stacked up on top of,
And
you know, Danny just wasn't in a position
There,
to really get a lot of
there's
damage.
times where Turtle would have just gone in on that,
Coming through.
like gone
Well, I
for
think
the
he
kill,
would've-
but
I think he was going over the wall regardless of who it was.
oh no! After he ultied, he got the reset on his W.
Yeah, and then he goes in on Akali.
Then he goes in on a Kali and potentially dies.
That would have been pretty bold.
Yeah. It
That
wasn't
would've-
remotely
And by bold, I
necessary.
mean in-
Stupid.
More than 2,000 gold up on Danny, and this persona is going to be impossible to deal with. If you cannot get that back line, somehow kick him in or do something, Turtle's just going to shred your front line.
He is, and he's been doing so pretty nicely. Love this build. It's the highest damage build you can realistically do for Tristana. He's ahead of the curve. The only armor items bought are up-plated steel caps and a cloth armor. I guess there's 2 steel caps now. Sinja has one, but like, yep, this is the build. If you're ahead of the curve, love it. Dodge Lord Dominic's, buy that one later if at all. Just make sure.
I think
all
Lord
your target
Doms
selection's
is
gonna look good.
still
Play it
good.
safely, though. Right now, it doesn't have
The extra
the
damage to like
pushing in the wave slowly.
targets more HP than you is pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Goes for Zonia's second. It's about fighting.
Turtle
But
is
I mean, they're
so,
not
so
holding any
scary.
armor.
Maximizing your damage here, right? It's about
Yeah. Oh my god, he's an infinity edge up on the Zaya. I didn't realize he was that far ahead. Going into the last fight, they had like the same items, I thought.
He was a little ahead, but not. I think Turtle picked up like 2 extra kills in that fight.
Oh, Turtle picked up line. They got Baron Gold. Like,
Yeah.
Oblivion Orb is going to get a lot of value.
But at this point, it should just be CLG's game. It would be
yeah, this probably isn't a win the game Baron. It's get all their outers.
It's getting
position
enough of a
on
lead
drag
that it
floor.
would be impressive to throw it. Kind of.
Oh, impressive to throw it, you say?
CLG, like, you came to the right people. Throwing is our specialty.
Rivaling that of junglers, he is not the primary threat either. He can solo Danny, class-wise, yeah, he's going to be good into Azaya, but it is about Wild Turtle every time in these fights.
Absolutely.
So how long before the Vi and the Galio get banned from CLG?
I don't think they'll ban the Vi, but I think they won't pick Akali if they pick Galio. I think they'll pick, like, a mage. Or Twisted Fate, maybe.
Or something like a Viego. Not a mage against, the anti-mage champion.
Yeah, but like an actual ranged mage can just punish Galio so hard in lane that he can't do anything. And like in team
Except,
fights.
they
But Akali
played,
just can't fight.
they played against a Orianna yesterday, and Pobelter still did fine.
You do fine, but like
Mm-hmm.
in the actual game state, Akali feels just turbo useless because she can't actually dive anything. If she
Yeah.
dives, she just gets pooped on by a
Taunt
Galio
or
ult
dash.
or just gets taunted immediately when she goes into Shroud. Like, getting taunted in Shroud is like the worst feeling thing for a Kali.
Try to maximize your damage for this fight, and you hope you can have
Yeah.
that perfect setup, because for now, it is all CLG vision. You know, you look at the mini map here, and it is
And
just
just
this
vision
line
around.
across the map. You know,
I'm waiting
Dragon-
for-
all CLG areas.
Top lane
Really
looks like
nothing
it's going to
out
be
there.
pushing in our favor
They're gonna
here.
try to move into
Mid
the
lane's
darkness,
even,
but
bot
you
lane
know
I
there's
can't
so many
tell
engage
right
options
now.
for CLG.
I'm
So
guessing it's about
tough to
even,
face
so...
them.
But
I haven't seen the
can't give
just
Dragon
sick
full weight. It's
Jizuke
worse
angle
for
yet,
the
where he
Wolves
just
have better
offs
options
himself.
than trying, so try they will.
It has to be
Still gonna
coming.
tough, though. Evil
EG
Geniuses
can't play a
walking
game
away.
without it.
Impact gonna play on the side. Doesn't find one to try brush with the
Well,
fire.
have they really been
Fire
allowed to
rocks
play the
with wave,
game?
though. Here comes Sven. He's gonna find Sven Skarin. Knockup comes in. Ignar gets
Jesus,
deleted.
Ignar
Kickback
instantly
gonna go
died.
smoothly, but not just yet. The front
Alright,
line's
Sven
how long
should
do they
die
make it
there,
last? And not
right?
for the Turtles, it matters.
Okay.
Yeah,
Someone
he's
finds
just
some
ulti
time.
zone
He waits
used.
for the kill,
Yeah.
and he finds the kill.
Turtle
Just
going
like that,
hard in the
like,
paint,
jumps
holy
right,
shit,
and
but
then he finds that next
he
kill.
just
Danny's
finishes them
days
off.
are numbered, and Danny's gonna die.
God,
The
the
TP goes
the
to the
gold
bottom
lead
lane,
won that
trying to get
fight for
everything all
CLG.
at once. Can Smoothie
Oh
tap
my
the replay?
God.
He will. Jizuka
Smoothie could actually just
stay alive.
bop
Look,
him
there's
because
Or
of
he could
Infernal
just-
Drake now.
Or he could just die if he gets hit by a single E. Kali E will kill him from like full life.
Oh. Oh, is he gonna bop him?
No, he's dead.
But it was worth it for the inhib.
Sure. He'll be alive for Baron. He'll probably be able to get there. But I don't know.
Oh
if
yeah,
that's
he'll be
entirely
alive.
it.
It takes about like 15 seconds to walk to Baron from base. But he has Mobies, so it's probably like 13.
Yeah.
Any ability to make things happen
There's
right
Lord
there.
Down's bug.
Counting on this AoE
Oh, and
CC.
Sonya, or Stopwatch. You love to see
God.
it.
It normally would be
Turtle
more
is
control
just
to actually be
daddy dom in
violent.
this, and that's such a great start to the fight by Broxa.
Look how fast he dies. Wild Turtle jumps in on his head. The CC is there to follow up from
Yeah,
Smoothie.
Turtle didn't step
Instantaneously
into the
coming off the rail to start every single
Xin
fight.
Zhao
The
ultimate
front
soon
line
enough.
dies, everything
It
goes
denied
his way.
probably,
Turtle, as a result,
I don't know,
is
6,000
unstepped, able to
damage
jump
worth of
forward,
autos.
find multiple kills in these
It's like
fights, and
8
CLG
autos that it
are
denied
playing
from
with
Turtle,
no
which
fear. You have gotta
is
love
a
it
good
to watch
3
these
seconds of
CLG
damage
teams.
out of the highest
Back-to-back
damage
days, they're
person
having
in the game.
really great games here. They have the soul, they have the bear, they're 8K ahead, and they're looking
We have a soul, boys!
Guy's gonna be found. Oh, that doesn't get vision. Okay, doesn't track a fog of war.
That's a Kali ult, though.
Yeah.
Probably won't matter. Yes. Wait. Oh, Baron was like taken instantly.
Yeah.
I was not. I thought EG would like try to fight for that, but I guess they've
No.
decided they will lose. I think you suicide fight there.
Are you gonna be the one to walk into the Akali Galio with the 4-item Tristana?
Yes, because otherwise you just lose for free in a much like.
Who
more
on Evil
terrible
Geniuses can walk into that and survive longer than a second?
No one, but
Yeah.
like, how do you win the game if you let CLG have Baron there?
I love how Jizuke has a bounty, but is like kind of useless.
Well, he keeps like sniping kills on the back end of fights. He's farming fine. But he. What?
Wait,
Is
Impact?
like Griefic?
And Impact might
Oh.
be caught out. Kicks back, but
Ooh.
that's right in range. That's Impact living. Take it. Take
Oh,
the Q.
oh,
Nearly kills
oh.
him. Keeps the Gore Drinker, keeps
He
Impact
just
Back.
won't.
There's no
He
further
won't
punishment.
die.
Still, though, the health
Gore
bars are low.
Drinker.
But
Sick
Tom
Yeah.
not going fast enough.
Yeah.
Mid attacking it down.
Balanced.
Mid being pushed in, but mid's out of minions.
Oh, the
Oh,
fat
the
bottom
fat
wave.
wave bot. Holy cow.
Yeah.
He actually stopped them from syncing up those waves, right? And that
Good
does
job by
make things a
Smoothie
lot
to
easier
just
for
kinda
them.
stand
They
there,
have Smoothie on the wraparound.
so it
Have
takes
a
like
Raven
twice
bot,
as long to
have a
kill.
Raven mid. The inhibitor will be theirs. At the very least, the inhibitor tower. The bear buff still has
Wasn't there a turret there a second ago?
See them try to push forward and
Oh, it was
knock
2
down
P,
the
right?
inhibitor
Yeah.
here, but
Okay.
Galio will
There was
return. He has
there was a turret there a second ago. I blinked and it was gone.
Really trying to push the
We
Q.
love
The
Tristana.
one helping bot to
triple
push in.
waves.
Yes, top manicured properly here as well, so bot will threaten the Nexus, top's going to threaten the inhibitor turret, and mid threatens the inhibitor itself. Synced up nicely, good job CLG. Jizuka
Jizuka.
I mean, I think he's just actively saying it wrong on purpose.
I do that for Abadagi style, so I can't blame him. Wait, no, I'm saying it right. Everyone else is intentionally saying it wrong. Oh wow, Broxa just kind of got bopped, but you know, as long as Wild Turtle is still auto-attacking in these fights, like, they're gonna be just fine. Wait, he auto-attacked a ward. He is just saying Jizuke wrong.
Yes.
Let's go! A second clean win. Not only a second clean win in a split, but a single weekend.
Gaming.
We are gaming, boys.
They got the 5 back-to-back games, the Galio, the Rakan, the
Play,
core of
click
this
button,
competition.
fight
All about
champions.
the
You
hard
love to
engagement,
see it.
and I love the confidence that they are showing. To me, it's more about the fact that they're playing with this killer instinct. That they are not hesitating at all to go in.
I love how the guys on the end have one hand in the pocket when they bow. Feels good. We're gonna have a positive week. Holy cow, that's been so long since that's happened. And we're like, we may just be shaping the meta here. Feels good.
Hey, I doubt it.
From now on, CLG stands for Can't Lose Games. CLG will draft, press R comps, and laugh at your quote-unquote late games and quote-unquote clean macro. I'm not a fan of CLG. I'm simply a fan of peak gameplay, and CLG is a top Mount Everest. You can keep your $5 million imports. I'll keep my faith.
That's some good copy pasta.
That's so good. Oh. Yeah. Tafo calls this comp the Flying V.
I think the biggest advantage was Tristana getting Giga far ahead and them picking a Kali who was like unable to do anything into Galio, which you first picked. Unless Jizuke is like, it's for sure going support, I have to play a Kali here. I really don't like that matchup, it just always feels bad.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you can play it, I'm sure you can win on it, but
Yeah.
I'm uncertain why.
I don't know. Jizuke didn't play poorly on the Akali.
No, but it was like he couldn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
Like you need to pick a Kali and actually do something. You need to have like you have to be able to like get something going. But
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you people for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Share it with your dad, share it with your mom, share it with your friends. All that good stuff, and hopefully the winning streak will continue. I will see you in the next game.